Hi friends, this is Sanvi from mybookstash. I'm a 10-year-old book enthusiast. I review children's books. In today's video, I'm going to review this splendid book named All of Me by Venita Coelho. Imaginative language, intriguing plot twists, and the dialogues between characters kept me enthralled from the beginning of this book. I totally love this book. If you like my review, please comment, subscribe, and click the like button. So, let's get started. Now this book is very unique for a children's book. I have never read any book like this before. I have been reading many genres like fiction, humor, mystery, horror, suspense, etc. In this book, the protagonist has a peculiar mental disorder. I will come back to that soon. In the beginning, we are totally clueless about what's going on. But as the story unfolds, the thrill starts gripping you. This one I can call a historic fictional mystery about the search for the famous Koh-I-Noor Diamond, a murder, imprisonment, and missing parents. The author of this book is Venita Coelho. She recently received Bal Puraskar for her book Dead as Dodo. I haven't read that book yet, but wish to read it soon. What inspired her to write this book is an incident which kind of made her mad. While his visit to India in 2013, the Prime Minister of England, Mr. David Cameron, was asked to return the Koh-I-Noor Diamond. He replied, "I don't believe in returnism." The sheer arrogance of that reply made me so mad I sat down to write. Inspiration doesn't last, anger does, says the author. What a befitting reply to the Prime Minister's arrogance. Authors like her really inspire me. So, in reality, how did the Koh-I-Noor, the mountain of light, reach England? For those of you who want to know about the real story as to how the British actually took the Koh-I-Noor from India, I can tell you what happened. So, we all know that the British entered India and it took them around 100 years to conquer the entire country, and they ruled us for 90 years after that. During the first half, when they were conquering different kingdoms, they came across the Sikh kingdom in 1849. The ruler of this kingdom was a young 10-year-old boy, Maharaja Duleep Singh. He owned the most precious and astounding gem of all, the Koh-I-Noor Diamond. What the British did was they took away his mother, Jind Kaur, and put her in exile. They made the young king sign a treaty in which they asked him to hand over the Koh-I-Noor to them along with his kingdom. How unfair is that? These historical characters sometimes make an appearance alongside the fictional characters of this book. There is a strong historical background to this fictional story. The author dedicates this book to us children for us to learn about how great darkness is hidden in the history of nations. We see the landscape of London in this book, and it's set in 1854 in Victorian England. The book starts with a conversation between four characters, each with a peculiar characteristic. Mr. Pickwick, who is like a father figure who tries to keep everyone calm and keeps quoting lines from the Bible. Miss Trent is a nervous governess who dreads germs but is very caring. Skinner is a street smart kid who has answers for everything and is ready to take risks. Infant prodigy, who is a cranky genius, he sounds pessimistic all the time. Together, they are the family. And yes, how can I forget? There is also the boy. They are discussing how they are stuck in a dark place for years and haven't eaten anything for the last 5 days. They are talking about hiding in the dark cellar and they cannot leave without Uncle. If they leave, they will be killed. Each one of them sounds so helpless, confused and desperate. You really hear their thoughts as you are reading. It was a bit challenging to understand this in the beginning, but I soon got the hang of it. Suddenly they hear a thump and a scream. 2 policemen, Joshua and Sergeant Botham, have arrived to investigate a murder. They find a dead body of an old man with a key in his mouth. This old man was none other than the uncle who was hiding those people in the cellar. The policemen soon find the cellar and discover an 11-year-old boy with pale grey eyes and bleached white face. His name is Castor. He is the main character of the story. He was all alone in the cellar and refers to himself as us. The story was getting so interesting that I just couldn't stop reading. So basically Uncle Palladio had hidden Castor in his basement for 5 whole years for his own safety. And as Uncle was dead from the last 5 days, Castor was not fed since. I just can't imagine how that would feel. Now we are puzzled where the other 4 people went who were talking at the beginning of the book, as Castor is the only one found in the cellar. As we read on, we realize that these 4 people are the various personalities in Castor's mind. These multiple personalities have emerged out of the dark to keep him company when he's all alone and locked in the cellar. I found this most fascinating as we see him talking in various tones, accents, changing his body language, often as he slips in and out of the 4 distinct characters. Castor soon inherits Uncle Palladio's fortune and decides to find his killer with the help of policeman Joshua. He trusts only the policeman as he has no one else to look up to. His uncle was the only person he had, and he was now dead. So, Castor and the family decide to find out who killed Uncle and why was Castor imprisoned in the cellar for years. He finds out that his parents had vanished one day and left him with Uncle Palladio. I felt really sad for him because he seemed so helpless. Apparently, Uncle Palladio was killed for the Koh-I-Noor. Castor must face his fears in order to find his uncle's murderer. Castor has many questions in his mind which he wants answers to. He even takes desperate actions to talk to dead Uncle Palladio. So, will Castor solve the mysteries and find the Koh-I-Noor? You'll need to read this book to find out. What I like about this book are the exciting descriptions about stage magic shows, narrow escapes, and dialogues with a touch of humor. And above all, Castor's multiple personalities and their conversations in Castor's mind left me in wonder. I give this book 5 stars. I recommend this book to 10-year-olds and above. That's all for today, friends. Stay tuned to my channel for more reviews on fictional and non-fictional books. Please subscribe to my channel if you liked my reviews. See you later. Until then, goodbye.